Hey guys, we just finished watching Arrow season 4, episode 2, The Candidate. And oh my god, this episode was very cool, pretty cool. A little predictable. Like, I mean, at some points, like there was, like, as soon as um, Oliver's friend, the one who, whatever, the mayor who ran beforehand, as soon as her daughter, she was in the police department, and when she got her daughter, she's like, oh, she said, I'm pulling out of mayor and stuff like that. I knew right away that he was going to run. I didn't think it'd be in this episode he would say that he'd come to that conclusion, but that's definitely interesting that he would be running and stuff like that. And I thought that would be, I thought that part was a little bit predictable there, and then it was also predictable as soon as, Laura went, what? You were in the Lazarus pit, and stuff like that? What's wrong? What's going on with her? And realizing, oh my god, yes, Laurel didn't know that she died and stuff like that. And about the Lazarus pit, that she'd be going and bringing Sarah into that, I didn't think things would happen so fast, but I thought this would be the beginning of her thinking about it, stuff like that. And I'm glad, we didn't have a few episodes, like at least a whole episode of her yes, no, or a few episodes of her waiting, deciding is it good, yes or not, to do that. So hopefully we have, maybe a good bit of, we have to have, until Legends of Tomorrow in January. Hopefully we have, the rest of that to have actually have Sarah Lance on the show, and then maybe the show comes back. Legends of Tomorrow happens in January. Who, I think, does it go all the way to the end? I think maybe it does. If it doesn't, let's say, I don't know how many episodes Legends of Tomorrow has, but if it were to, like, let's say they'd only do a few 5 episodes or whatever, and then the Arrow continues on to have next season, and then the season after that, Sarah kind of leave leave for Legends of Tomorrow and come back after that, and then stuff like that. It would be cool to see that. But it definitely is cool. I was hoping to see something about Ray, like Felicity finding out that he's shrunken or something like that. Because I think the first thing he would do, and it'd be cool, hopefully we see some episodes of him, shrunk, and not just, all of a sudden he, you see him or something like that. Because I feel like he's small, but it doesn't mean he can't use a keyboard, use a computer, like jumping on the keys and stuff like that. If his suit can still fly. Who knows if it can fly? But if he could use a keyboard, he could definitely jump around and send an email. It'd be very difficult, take him forever, but he could still do it. And I feel like I guess he would have in 6 months if he had, he had to. Because I'm not sure if everything else he shrunk, but we don't know what would happen to that room if it got all destroyed and then they took everything away and he got. Where is he now and stuff like that. Hopefully we get to see him while he shrunk a little bit and not just I know we saw I saw a trailer somewhere where she gets like a video message from him. I guess that's him shrunk somewhere, but hopefully we get to see his point of view for an episode, and kind of instead of flashbacks, just have him shrunk for the whole episode. That would be very cool, at least for one episode. I know it'd be expensive, a lot of CGI and stuff like that expensive, but I don't know. Hopefully we could see that, and then so it definitely was cool. Definitely can't wait to see Sarah come back and how crazy she's gonna be. I mean, she has to be pretty crazy, pretty messed up, and then kind of get all collected and get herself kind of as best as she can be, before Legends of Tomorrow. Obviously they don't want to have her. I mean, she will be obviously somewhat messed up in Legends of Tomorrow because of the whole death thing and stuff like that and revival thing. But definitely will be interesting to see how they do that and how they explain the whole. I wonder if she's gonna come out like starving, since we saw her there. She was like super skinny and wasn't. At least if it was actually, Katie Cassidy, I think is her name, or not, whatever her name. But Katie Lotz, actually. But if that was actually her, oh my god, the makeup and CGI was amazing. But if it was just a fake dummy or something like that they put in there, because that would look pretty skinny and stuff like that. So I can't wait to see how they do that. Definitely gonna be interesting to see her come back. Hopefully, we start off next week's episode with her dropped in, and we don't have to wait the full episode for her to come back to Central City and see Oliver. Hopefully she kind of like goes, does a thing, comes back, and Oliver finds out, halfway through the episode instead of at the end of the episode. So that'll definitely be interesting. Then again, there will be some interesting stuff with Malcolm Merlin and Talia al Ghul. Is it Nisa al Ghul? That'd be interesting to see her side. Obviously, she's going to want to be there. I mean, Laurel will probably need Nisa's help to do this and stuff like that. And obviously, Nisa would be, why would she not tell her? I mean, it'd just be helpful to do that and stuff. So, and I feel like, I guess, how are they going to get to Nanda Parbat, without going. I mean, they did tell Oliver that they're taking the plane and stuff like that, but won't he tell won't he be able to tell when that they're not going to Switzerland or not going to whatever, when it's a bigger trip than just going to the spa? I mean, or unless they're going to really far for a spa, but whatever. Definitely can't wait to see how that all plays out in next week's episode. Looks great. Definitely can't wait, and I like this episode, which is pretty interesting, especially with the whole her Thea losing it and stuff like that, and setting people on fire, and then Sarah's going to be messed up. I can't wait to see that. That part is going to be so cool to see, and then actually I can't wait to see, maybe if we get a Flash and Arrow crossover before Legend of Tomorrow, if we do, or at least see Cisco's interact with crazy Thea and crazy Sarah Lance. That'd be cool to see that interaction. I think Cisco would be kind of interesting to see. Actually, any of the Flash characters would be interesting to see, since they don't really. I mean, they've never met her. Have they met? No, they've never met her. She died at the beginning of last year's episode, so they've never met her. So that'd be very interesting to see. If Cisco would be so interested in so nerding out and fanboying out, kind of like the original Canary type thing. So that'd be cool to see his interaction with her, and actually to see kind of Diggle and Lila interaction, because since they named their daughter after her and all that, that'll be interesting to see her. They're like, oh wow, you named your daughter after me. That's kind of cool. So can't wait to see all that stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.